Hey guys, my babies, how are you all doing? Welcome back, my lovers. So, guys, in Biggie's house, you guys know what Mondays is all about. Mondays are interesting days in Biggie's house. Mondays, all Mondays, as you can see, I'm not saying Monday, I say Mondays. That is, every week has Monday. Mondays are interesting days in Biggie's house, and yet now we have our new head of house. While we await nominations and the drama that would come with it, okay, just stay tuned to this channel and make sure your notification bell is steadily on while that's it. So guys, it started off first off with a game of question and answer. Yeah, Biggie was asking question as in South African about South African. Okay, every questions about South Africa. It's just like how will I call it? It's just like when they ask the question, you choose among the option. Biggie gave an option, so kind of him. He gave option A, B, C, D. So once he asked the question, he would mention the option. The sound of the buzzer, housemates will reveal their answer. That was how this one went. It was going on and on and on and on like that. The housemates were answering, many were failing, some people were disappointed, and the people they thought would be getting it were not getting it. The drama going on the social space because of some persons they were surprised to see that are not answering right. We're gonna get there, do not worry, to know those people, okay, because they are calling them and trending them dump on the social space. So after the question was going on, at the end, Biggie said, okay, Abobo has got 13 points. Nsuku and Tyrone has got 12 points. They are tied together, So Biggie asked Abobo, Nsuku, and Tyrone to go sit down. And then, alongside others, except Nate, BK, Melino, and Muzi Tembuzi. So those four are tied down 10. They've got 10 answers right, whilst others are asked to go sit down. So with Nsuku, Tyrone, and Abobo having the highest, they are sitting down already. Then we're waiting for Nate, BK, and who again, Muzi, Tembuzi, and Melino to actually call the tie, so that we'll see the one person who would join to the next round, because the next round only need 4 persons according to Biggie. And so as Biggie was asking the question, the first person who left was Muzi Tembuzi, and then followed by Nate, nesting followed by Melino. Yes, that was how it happened. Then BK joined for the next round. And then guys, for the next round, Biggie uncovered those items, right? Because they were covered, okay, and they were listed, their names, numbers, and everything were listed, okay. Biggie asked them to look at it for a while, master it, and then he would have to ask them question about it. So the housemates took time. That is the 4 housemates who is to participate for the next round: Nsuku, Abobo, BK, and Tyrone. They actually mastered the content of the plate, and after a while Biggie asked them to cover it back. And that was how it happened, and Biggie started asking them questions in regards to what they have actually viewed. And the question is kind of easy if you have cram it. While they were trying to ask questions, this boy was pacing around BK. When you cram something like this, your head would be on that thing, because once you remove your head, you would forget it. That is one thing with cramming. But already my mind is telling me that the person amongst this kind of thingy, my mind was already going to Tyrone, that this one is so smart when it comes to things as this one, but I wouldn't be sure until they participate, and that was it. So Biggie started asking the one bbnation number 1, the one bbnation number 2. He was just asking the question the way he could, and then they were answering. The first person who left was Nsuku. They were now actually down to to cut the tie, and then the other person who left was the 2 left, because Tyrone answered the other one correct, while Melino and BK failed it. That was how Tyrone became the head of house this evening. Yes, congratulations to Tyrone, and Tyrone chose Mshini. Yes, Tyrone chose Mshini to share the HOH luxury with. When he won, he was like, oh guys, I don't like trouble, I don't like shouting. I'm like, oh God, calm down, enjoy this. You just save this week. In as much as there's possibility that they wouldn't have mentioned him in the diary session today, because I don't know what Tyrone, Muzi, Tembuzi had done that they barely mentioned them, So that was how he got it, and then chose Mshini to share the HOH luxury with. And then some people have been wondering, why did he not choose what's the name, Nate? You guys know Tyrone and Nate are quite close. People were like, why did he not choose Nate? All of that, but it is what it it is. I feel like he did not choose Nate because BK is there, and Nate, would want to be staying along with BK. So he just chose somebody that would also, can stay on her own. Do you get? I think that is what happened there. And guys, I think it's going to be a tough one this evening because Biggie had revealed that the head of house today would have power to change the nomination setting, meaning he might likely put somebody up for eviction or replace somebody up for eviction. I do not know how this is going to go on. But so many Sweet Guluva fans on the social space said Sweet Guluva is the only person that is at risk when it comes to Tyrone. Tyrone is quite close to others except for Sweet Guluva. But the thing is, you never can tell until we get to see how everything turns out for nomination, which is almost time already. That's why I'm even rushing this video as it is hot. But I just want to drop this HOH thingy first off before nominations conversation, okay? So let's see what is it called, how people reacted to the housemates with the first tax of the HOH game. So someone here says you all can't be judging people's IQ based on these questions. And then someone said, trust me, some people don't even care about knowing such things, bro. There is so much things to focus on. But sis, you can't not know that PTA is the capital of South Africa. The most basic things, that one is the number one question. It got people so surprised to see that Siphesihle failed it. So they were like, this girl that speaks English now, wow. So she doesn't even, they were just calling her Dunkop on the social space because they feel like she speaks too much grammar and should know a lot. And then someone says, I am yet to hear any of those housemates speak on actual serious thing in that house. Okay, not even the economy or state of current affairs as they remember it before they went into the house. And someone replied and says, they are not there to train for presidency, they are there to entertain. Okay, oh guys, while I was recording this particular video, it was before the nominations, okay, but I have gotten to a very, very far extent that I realized that it was time for nomination. I had to pause this conversation to go watch the live nomination, and currently I have uploaded the nomination before this video. I was supposed to upload before the nomination, but it is what it is. It is Biggie's timing. He finished the HOH game as at to 7, to 7 Nigerian time, which 7 p.m. is actually the nominations. So I wanted to quickly discuss this with you guys before the nomination, but could not meet up because nominations was 7 p.m. I had to pause, but I'm back. I have to finish this video. Okay, the conversation I had earlier before I got to this point, I was even speaking to you guys because we have not seen the nominations yet, but it is what it is. Okay, I have to publicize this particular video. So let's continue, guys. So this is coming from Lesego. It says almost an hour and Sipe is on 3. You killed me. They were laughing and making jest of Siphesihle because they say, how can you know how to speak English and you cannot answer questions correctly? And then someone said, Sweet Guluva is dumb. And then the other person replied and says, how will congratulations when educational psychologist? But guys, you know that you cannot measure intelligence via speaking of English. Don't you guys know? Because it's surprising seeing how people are dragging Siphesihle over here. Mshini, Uyanda, Jojo, and Siphesihle are dummies pro max. And then Nozifo says, you also didn't know the answer. And then this person says, hey, okay, this is language. They are dummies, then what? Is it the end of the world? You are even Nigerian. Surely you don't even know a single answer. So rest. Bush Baby says, so not knowing musical questions, you're a dummy. There are 2K kids and who listens to Amapiano, not Bo Brenda, Fassi, yo. So they were just arguing because your faves are being called dumb on the social space. They measure their intelligence or based off what they know about their country, current affairs. Yeah, Larry says bbnation in the HOH room is exactly what I need this week, but unfortunately that didn't happen because BK did not win the HOH. Yes, Tyrone took it and did not still take Nate to the HOH lounge. Zintle Z, while the HOH game was going on, Zintle Z reacted and says it is giving aeroplane. Do you guys remember this gist? How Zintle was dragged on the social space because of how she spelled aeroplane. Yes, they had this kind of game. I think it was one task like that, and then they need to write out the the spelling and everything, and then her spelling was wrong because she did not write aeroplane correctly. So that actually took her back because she was dragged because of that. It took her back, and people are still dragging her because of that. Even currently, they'll be like, your fave that do not know how to spell common aeroplane. So that's why Zintle came back saying that it was the same game the housemates are playing today, and then she reacted with the aeroplane people are making jest of her with. This is the best way to come at naysayers. You would see that all of that you're trolling me with is funny at the same time. That is what Zintle just displayed, and her fans were replying saying that, oh Z, the way I defended you that day. This other one said, just like that time I turned off my TV. The fans said they went through it that period because of the way they were making mockery and jest of Zintle. This other one says, that day was so hectic. Why are you dragging yourself, Zintle? That is the best way. Because if she doesn't drag herself, naysayers would see room to bring up that issue again and start dragging her with it. But seeing that she dragged herself by herself, naysayers would actually keep mute. Any which ways, guys, Tyrone and what's the baby girl name again? Mshini went to the HOH lounge. Mshini was so happy to be there. But I don't know why this housemate, they find it difficult to sleep in the HOH lounge. Like, why? Why do they find it difficult to sleep in the HOH room? Imagine Tyrone was saying, Mshini, you can sleep here if you want. Mshini was like, she was even going to be taking only nap here. Then it was before nomination. Tyrone was kind of confused, saying, whom is he going to save and replace with, not knowing that it is just put up someone, not even saving and replace this time around. Any which ways, it is what it is. The video tried to spoil my swag, but I said, no ways. I was discussing this earlier before nomination. Biggie tried to do me dirty, but I am done with the conversation, babies, okay? So yeah, I still win after all. It's a win-win for me, guys. So yeah, guys, that was how everything went on with the HOH and the drama, and how the HOH made his choice of partner to share the lounge with, the HOH condo with. Meanwhile, he even told Mshini and said, oh, people would feel like, why did I not choose Nate? But at the same time, I have checked it. If BK had won, he would choose Nate. So that's why he did not choose Nate. That is his reason. It is what it is. Babies, please do not forget to like and share these videos. And thank you so much for always sailing with me. Mwah.